Now, in the past 2 days, the SA markets have been on a recovery mode, and this is something that is making most of the companies in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, ladies and gents, to do well in terms of the share price. Now, this came after on Wednesday we saw, or it started when on Wednesday we saw the CPI or the inflation figures in South Africa coming out to be better than what analysts expected. Because as seen on the screen, you notice that analysts were expecting a CPI or cost of living figures to come at 4.9%, of which we saw South Africa reporting a 4.7%. Now, after that day, or from Wednesday and yesterday on Thursday, we saw, of course, the markets recovering quite well. I mean, in my portfolio in the past 2 days, I've seen not only growth in my individual stocks, but my entire portfolio now has recovered from Wednesday, which is something that is making me to be really excited. Now, part of the recoveries we are seeing in the market, ladies and gents, is of course the BRICS summit, which was taking place or took place from Tuesday until Thursday, which of course the developments around that are the ones that I personally believe that are contributing to also the recovery of the SA markets. I mean, the main highlight or the biggest highlight of the BRICS summit is of course BRICS adding 6 more countries whom their license or whom their membership will be active from January 2024. This is something that I think, over and above all these things, one of the good things that you take away from the summit is BRICS adding 6 more countries, which, ladies and gents, now puts them at 30% of world's GDP after the addition of those 6 new countries, and over 40% of the world's population. This is something that obviously makes me to be really excited, because part of those countries, I mean, you will remember that countries like China, countries like Saudi Arabia and Russia, they are some of the biggest oil producers globally. I mean, these 3 BRICS countries, ladies and gents, they are in the top 5 of the countries that produce oil globally, which is something that is quite incredible. Right now, with the addition, it's even much better, because when you look at the countries or top countries producing oil, in the top 9, 6 of those countries are the countries that falls under BRICS, which make this group to be quite stronger. So I'm very excited about this, because, ladies and gents, I think it is part of the reason why we are seeing the markets being boosted. Though when you look at the, of course, exchange rate, when you look to the US dollars against the, of course, our currency, South African rands, it is not doing that well. Especially yesterday, it did not do that well, and I don't really know why is the case. But of course, when you look into the stocks, or when you look into SA stocks, they are recovering quite well, especially if you to look into the mining stocks. I mean, Sibanye Stillwater is one of the companies that I personally own, who, of course, when the week started, I think I was down almost 10%. And yesterday, when the markets closed, I think I'm almost at a break-even point, because my average purchase share price onto Sibanye is around 32 rands per share. And Sun International also is one of the big contributors of my portfolio. In fact, this is of course my largest holding in my SA stock market portfolio, who of also, ladies and gents, this week I saw them grow. I mean, my average onto Sun International is around 34 rands, and getting to see that yesterday it closed over around 36 rands made me to be really excited, because I'm on a green on that stock. So this recovery, it is being fueled by, of course, the inflation, which came out better than what analysts expected, and I think the BRICS summit, which obviously it took place from Tuesday until Thursday. So I'm very excited about this, ladies and gents. And the most important, the inflation, and of course, to get to see that inflation in South Africa continues dropping, it is something that is good not only to consumers or to companies, because, ladies and gents, you will know that the SA Reserve Bank target on inflation is between 3 and 6%, and getting to see that now it's currently sitting at 4%, or inflation for the month of July came in at 4.7%, makes me to be really excited, because guess what? This might result in the SA Reserve Bank probably in their next meeting not to increase the interest rates again, which will be something that is of course good, because those of you that have got long-term loans, you will agree with me when I say the repayments onto those loans, if you didn't take the fixed interest, are just so unbearable. I mean, it can be so much worse if you have so many loans, like car loans, home loans, credit card, and of course personal loans. The repayments onto those things, they're just so unbearable, which makes it, or getting to see that at least inflation, which is the one that usually guides the SA Reserve Bank to increase or decrease, of course, interest rates, just came at 4.7%, or came out better than what analysts expected. Makes me to be really excited, because then this will result in, obviously, like I said, the SA Reserve Bank to start thinking about cutting the interest rate than to continue increasing. So I'm very excited about this. But of course, otherwise, before we forget the house rules, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. And I would appreciate if you can just hit the like button if you are enjoying this kind of content that I'm giving you about why are the SA markets on a recovery mode this week. So if you're liking this content, hit the like button, because on this channel, stock market is one of the topic, or it is the main topic that I cover on this channel, whether locally or internationally. I talk about the market, both here and in the US, because that's where I'm currently investing, right? So hit that like button and subscribe. That's if you are liking this kind of content. So otherwise, before wasting any more of your time, I was very excited to get to see, of course, that the BRICS group, which, by the way, to those that might still not know what BRICS stands for, BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Those are the 5 countries that makes, of course, that abbreviation BRICS, right? And to get to see that they've added 6 new countries, and that is Saudi Arabia, Argentina, Ethiopia, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, and Iran, makes me to be really excited, because, ladies and gents, you will know that this BRICS group plans to, of course, at a later stage or in the future, to use their currency when they trade, which, of course, that currency, or the BRICS currency, will be backed by gold, which obviously will make it very interesting, because you will know that for a currency like the dollar, it's no longer backed by gold because of, yeah, printing money and inflation, all those kind of things. They made, of course, the dollar to lose sort of like value. When the dollar started, it was, of course, aligned or priced with, of course, the gold, which, of course, due to inflation, printing money, and all those kind of things, now they are not connected. So I'm very excited about this BRICS summit, because it is showing that, of course, right now it is growing much quicker, and they are quite strategic, because you will know that countries like China, India, Brazil, when it comes to food, producing food, they are they are some of the best food producers globally. And also when it goes to oil, you know, Saudi Arabia, Russia, China, they are in the top 5, which, of course, just has to show you how strong that BRICS group is. I mean, South Africa, you will know that, of course, we are big in, of course, minerals, or we are big with, of course, precious metals, which makes it also us being part of BRICS as a strategic move, because we are good, or we are big when it comes to, of course, minerals. So I'm very excited about this. And like I said, with inflation, I would like to see, or I hope that, because we are seeing, of course, inflation always coming better recently than what analysts expect, then chances are we are going to see the SA Reserve Bank starting to think about maybe cutting, of course, interest rather than maybe increasing, which will be a good thing, because it will bring relief to those that have maybe a lot of debts, which, of course, they are maybe struggling to pay, of course, the repayment. So I'm very excited. And otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.